Howdy folks, ZTF here. I figured I could put out a piece on the different bosses and eventually the legendaries to help out newer players instead of just showing what might look like random nonsense when I do what I do. The original goal when I started posting no-hits was to give a live demo, not only to show what I've learned, but to show it for people who may be having trouble so that they don't need to ask their friends for help anymore, or hope for a kind stranger to swoop by. There's little that's as rewarding as independence earned, I've found, in any endeavor, and I love knowing that I helped somebody seize that for themselves. I'll try to teach how to beat each boss without taking a single hit, but some of them do rely on DPS or a ranged approach for that to be possible. Sucks, but it be what it do. One other disclaimer. This series will emphasize the melee-only perspective. I know how to use ranged/catalyst characters, I just have no passion for it and would probably screw up on the finer details sooner or later. With Genshin in particular, the AI doesn't seem to account for extremely aggressive fighters, so this habit actually plays out as an enormous strength with this game. Starting off with, I figured we'd do the Mondstadt bosses for this episode. There are relatively few of them, and while simple compared to the up-to-date bosses we have now, there are a few foundationals we'll pick up that'll serve us the rest of the game. That being said, let's get started. So, starting off, the Anemo Hypostasis. Don't know about anybody else, but this was actually the second boss I dealt with, the most basic of the basic. You'll notice that every single one of these cube enemies, you can only damage them when those other cubes are away from their core. But you learn to adapt to it. This particular one usually starts off with a vacuum that then explodes. The trick is to bait it into doing that and be already running before it even creates the vacuum. Because once you actually get caught in it, it's pretty much impossible to get out. But there's a wide window you have once it explodes back out again. Let's see if we can demonstrate. Bada bing. Oh, I forgot. You can actually cluster these together. They only threaten you when they first land. After that, you can use them as you like. It'll do that every now and then. You want to time your iframe to the moment it, well, shit. Here, let's see if I can get a demo of that clap again. Oh no, it's going for its burst. You have no idea where those tornadoes are going to pop up when they do, so you want to be at the edge when it starts. After that, though, easy to avoid. It'll only do that if, I'm pretty sure it's only if it collects so many particles, but that doesn't seem to make sense in this case because it hasn't had the chance to collect any. I don't know. Nope. Ah well. When you damage him enough, he's going to create these other particles. If you take too long to grab them, he's going to suck them back in and start fighting all over again. I forget how much each particle heals him for. I think it's 10, 20%, something like that. But usually when he gets his health back like this, he'll go for the vacuum, Like so. That is the only time you want to try that, by the way, if you're going for a no-hit run. Because I honestly thought I was going to take a little damage splat there myself, but it's like pretty soon after he starts the actual vacuum that you start taking damage. Aside from that, basic shit. Now, I mentioned that the Anemo Hypostasis was the second boss I encountered. There's the first, right down there. This boss is notoriously difficult for a lot of people. I definitely get why. There's it's one nasty little move with the lasers you're about to see is I still drop iframes on it now and then. So, no judgment here, I promise. That being said, once you learn a neat little trick called Dragon Strikes, you can stun this thing much faster, whether you're using the right element or any element or not. Let's demonstrate, shall we? Notice how my regular swings are not damaging his core. But my Dragon Strikes are. In this way, it is entirely possible to take him down without using a single E skill. Claymore users damage that with their regular hits, though. I'm just showing you shit that will work if you don't have or don't care to use that approach. Those projectiles stop tracing you after I think it's 4 or 5 seconds. Just lead them on, and you should be fine. Now, aside from that, there's only one attack he ain't shown yet. Oh, I'm sorry. 2 attacks he ain't shown yet. I'll be able to show the one, because when he gets back up, he's going to use it. A lot of people are stumped by this as well. Yep, there he's going. He'll pause, and then he'll go after you. Like that. And voila. Useless. Anyway. Nighty-night. Good times. Good times. Damn. Ah, well. The Electro Hypostasis is a bit of a unique character. If you don't get enough elemental damage quickly enough, because that is all that will work on the in-between phase that he has here, then you outright cannot beat him. If you're only using an Electro character, you cannot beat him. Good time. So, this one is a little bit more robust than the Anemo Hypostasis in that he actually has measures in place to punish overly aggressive characters. The hitbox on his horizontal drill charge, it can start out of nowhere, and yeah, the hitboxes are active before it's even moving forward, I mean. So you can be getting hit before you even know what's happening. Like so. Yep. That one, easy to avoid. Literally just run a circle around him and he'll miss. Bada bing. Every last one of them that does that clap, it's the same iframe, so it's actually good that he tried that, since I never got to show it with the Anemo Hypostasis. Now, when he does this, he will recover anywhere from 33 to almost full health if you do not destroy all these crystals. You destroy, every crystal you destroy stays gone to the next time he tries this too. Oh, my bad. Well, well, well. There we go. Bit cumbersome, but as I'm demonstrating, it is still entirely possible to solo this thing. That's also why you'll notice I try to circle him there. Alright. And GG. So, how's everybody doing? Oh! Right. He does have a burst, and I actually want to try to demonstrate that. Only problem is I forget how to trigger it. Please be patient. I am muy estúpido. Give it, say, 20 seconds, grab something to drink, maybe, I don't know. Pet your dog, help the old lady with her garbage, something like that. And then head back. Now, they updated the respawn time, so it should be back when I get over there now. Ah, there you go. Now this time, I'm just going to see the burst. That's it. I actually... I never really noodled out a proper counter to its burst. But that was back when I used to fight this thing. I haven't so much as looked its way in a year. Now, triggering this thing's burst is easy. It's literally as simple as take long enough with the fight. And that's it. There's also a reason I'm crunching my burst. It's for his. Go ahead, pick yourself back up. Come on. Alright. Okay. I'm not taking him down again until he uses the burst. 4 should be it. Okay. Whew. Anyway. Whoop. Oh damn, are you even aiming for me? There we go. Oh, here we go. This is actually another good one. Yeah, that's why this move is dangerous. They bring it back with Scaramucci, but that move can damage you before it even actually fires anything. That isn't its burst, though. Best I can tell you, if you actually see it, go for that move. Get in close and don't let it breathe. You have about the time for 2 full combos before it'll clench in like that. And it's only within that circle that you're going to... Oh yeah, this! Basic rhythm game. You can even iframe through them, like that. Literally just run back and forth. He can't touch you. Time killer. He'll always go to the middle when he does that. Easily avoided. As is that. Okay. Weird. He should be going for it. Ha! Oh, damn. Alright. No. Yeah, they set it up to make you think that you've got to outrun them, but obviously you don't. Is this it? Yes! Now, you can outmaneuver it. Also,
I swear by my sword.
Each of these pillars have health. You can also just wait it out in there, but boring. So, that being said, that's our boy here. One more takedown just for the record. And GG.
Remember, tend to your boots when we return.
So, if you're traveling clockwise, this is probably the first uptick in difficulty on the bosses, the Cryo Hypostasis. You are constantly dealing with sheer cold accumulation.
Onwards. We have work to do.
Yes, in a moment. Constantly dealing with sheer cold accumulation. Its recovery phase is a bit of a bitch to deal with. All kinds of good stuff. It can help to go ahead and take advantage of its generously small range of aggro to set these up beforehand. Now you're safe to approach. So, for the most part, this thing's pretty straightforward. Same as the others, you can't damage it while its cubes are gathered. When it does that, safest place to be is right in its face. it will not target too close to itself. That one is a little difficult, yes. You also want to take the time to step back here and recover every so often. Or else you're going to find yourself dealing with sheer cold accumulation and then, yeah. This is another one. It's been a while since I've had to deal with them. But, you know. Ah! You dodge the first one, you can dodge them all. Because they will not... You only have to deal with the one that's right in front of itself, and then the others... They're practically for show. That can have 3 passes. But sometimes just 1. Basically, just follow it with your camera, and you should never be threatened by that. Now, this. You definitely... 1, that can damage you. 2, that. But if you can dodge that volley, you're good. Bada bing. To the best of my knowledge, that thing has no burst. It just has that handful of moves, the sheer cold working for it, and a tricky recovery phase to navigate. But if you can do that, you can put it away easy. Now, this is the first challenging boss that most people encounter in their time in Genshin. Andrius, Boreas, whatever name he's going by this week, whatever.
It's time to move on. We shouldn't stay here.
Are you done? Very fast-paced fight, especially in the second phase. He actually does punish aggressive fighters. He has a spin that he will use seemingly at random, more frequently though if you loiter at his sides and back. The spin will almost always hit faster than you can duck back out of range in time, so you have to know to expect it. And how? Honestly, after a while, you will just develop a sixth sense for it. There's no better explanation I've got. The best advice I can give is to always expect it. Every moment he does not do it is a pleasant surprise. That should be the mentality going in. All his other moves in Phase 1, widely telegraphed. If you can't duck them, practice. That's the only solution there. Phase 2 is way too fast-paced for me to hope on offering any kind of commentary while it's going. There's way too much that's going to be happening. You'll see what I'm talking about, if you haven't already. So, all that being said, let's get it on back and
the
going.
Knights of Favonius are all working hard.
Despite how easily you can push him around the arena, which, yes, you can, you actually want to keep it near the middle of the arena, so right around here. And around half HP down, you'll see why, too. you want to watch his health. The moment he gets down to about 50%, you want to dig into his flank instead. Sometimes earlier, not often. Sometimes later, again, not often. And certainly not often enough to justify being reckless. Yeah, that. If you are in front of him when he does that, it'll damage you. Ah! And we're golden. Alright. Easy sailings. Fuck! Woohoo! So, finishing notes. His lead up to Phase 2, he does 3 charges, well, 2 charges and 1 leap. The charges can be difficult to time, because I don't know about you, but I have difficulty tracking that movement with my eyes. My eyes are really fucking getting bad again. But you'll pick it up. The Phase 2, he will always start off with one of those targeted icicle things. Usually, like, if your character's relatively quick, you have time to slap him in the face twice, jump cancel, run a small circle, you know, to fake out the targeting on the icicles, and then repeat. There'll be some times where you need to mix up that timing due to him, you know, not just standing there and letting you circumvent his BS, but it's... once you know his moves, it's pretty easy. I mean, his swipe is still targeted, I mean, widely telegraphed. He has 2 stomps. The one that you saw with the ice trail, that's by far the more deadly, because that can slow you, and, you know, while you're trying to dodge the targeted icicles, speed is everything. Speed is king in general, but especially in a scenario like that. The other one sends out diagonal traces of air. Dodging that is as simple as stepping around his flank, and voila. The tail can also be tricky.
It's time to move on. We shouldn't stay here.
Yes, yes. The tail can be tricky, but if you know what you're doing, it can actually be a way to tie him up so that he doesn't do the worst shit. After X amount of time, he'll do that targeted icicle thing again, and usually right after he'll do his burst. Completely unavoidable Anemo damage. I think it's 20, 30, 40 ticks of damage. And then, yeah. So, you'll only ever see it like with the Electro Hypostasis if you drag the fight on too long. Otherwise, you'll be good. Definitely a good fight, but, well, they outdid themselves, as we'll see. So, quote-unquote Stormterror. This boss is not very bad. As evidenced, this is the only weekly boss you cannot invite help for. If that doesn't clue you into how easy this boss will actually be, I don't know what will. Start off with, again, all his attacks are widely telegraphed. He has one trick that might damage you if you fall asleep behind the keyboard. That's it. Here, let's take a gander. I guess if you're prone to falling asleep, this might be a tough one for you. But otherwise, no. Damage that, knock him down.
Wait, hear me.
Oh, okay, so we will actually see it. Okay. He'll do that. Then he does this. This is the only tough move for a no-hit of this boss. Because, that will damage you the moment you touch down, pretty much. Yeah, like that. I seem to remember it being possible to avoid that, but the timing has to be perfect. I'll try to see if I can show it in the next run, but yeah. Oh, I forgot you can do that. Hey, boo-boo. Take a nap. So, before we see if I can get that timing correctly, you'll notice there are exactly enough platforms for 4 usages of that arena targeting attack. I forget how long specifically, but there is one more attack he has. The fight has to drag on for like 5 or 6 minutes. I forget
hope the
which.
Knights of Favonius are all working hard.
But if the fight drags on that long, you probably need more help than basic advice. There's no gentle way to put that. Aside from that, widely telegraphed attacks, he has enough health to where you could easily put him down solo. I've done it before with Razor, before he ever does that first arena attack, I mean. Now, let's try and show it. Come here, you. Oh fuck.
I swear by my sword.
Okay. Now. Ha! Okay. So, anyway, there's that. Okay. One last time. Take a nap. And that is it on our Mondstadt bosses. Anything I could have done better? Anything else you want to see covered? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna try to be orderly about this, but the very next planned release would be Leeway, which I can't tutor anybody on a proper no-hit on the Oceanid. Every other boss I've got. I still have the method for the Oceanid, but not a 100% flawless play-by-play for anybody. Other than that, it would be good. But
Onwards.
if you'd be interested in
work to
that
do.
or anything else, let me know. Hope this was helpful. Cheers.